Today I'm making a small batch of whole wheat cinnamon rolls from freshly milled wheat. Welcome to White Shadow Fare. Make it homemade and make it with love. Alright, this recipe is going to start by milling some white wheat. Of course, you can always just buy white wheat flour from the store. Now that I'm done milling it, I'm going to put into my mixer 80 grams of warm water. And to this, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of honey. Now I apologize, I'm struggling here a little bit. I have broken my wrist. So you're going to mix this so that you can kind of melt the honey into the water before you add your yeast. Two and a quarter teaspoons or 1 packet of yeast. And let this sit for a couple of minutes to bloom. Mix the yeast in. This recipe is only going to make 9 cinnamon rolls, and they're just as delicious after being frozen and letting them thaw for a few minutes. 4 tablespoons of soft butter, that's 57 grams. A quarter cup each, or 50 grams each, of white sugar and brown sugar. Half a cup, or 123 grams, of milk. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And as you can tell, this is going to be a very sweet dough. 1 egg. To this mixture, you're going to slowly add 3 3/4 to 4 cups, or about 440 grams of white wheat, and a half a teaspoon of salt. Give that a good mix, and it is going to look dry and crumbly to begin with. Give the wheat some time to hydrate. Freshly milled wheat takes longer time, and then if you need to, you can add more wheat, 1 tablespoon at a time, letting it mix in thoroughly. This is going to be one of those things that your family is going to love that you have made, and it's whole wheat, so it's slightly healthier. You're going to knead for a total of 5 to 8 minutes. And you're looking for your dough to come into a cohesive ball, and that when you touch it, that it is sticky but doesn't stick all over your hands. So you're going to feel the dough. Complete your 5 to 8 minutes of kneading. And it should kind of feel like Play-Doh. It should be very soft, very pliable. And then you're going to let this sit covered, either in a slightly oiled bowl, or I just leave mine right in the mixer for 1 hour. And then after an hour, you're going to roll out your dough into a large rectangle. And you're going to add 1/3 cup of butter, 1 1/2 tablespoons of cinnamon, 1/8 cup of sugar, and 1/2 cup of brown sugar, and make a paste out of it. Now the butter, I did almost have it completely melted there, and then I just use a spatula to spread it evenly over the dough. So you can see my rectangle is probably about 15 inches by 12 inches. I'm getting this pretty close to the edges. This is going to be the ooey gooey stuff that is the center of your cinnamon roll. Once you have that rolled up and you've sealed your edges there, you're going to cut this into 9 slices. So I'm cutting it into thirds, and then each of those thirds into thirds, so that I have 9 pretty equal sized pieces. And I parchment lined my square pan. You could just grease it if that works out better for you. You're going to cover these and let those rest for about 45 minutes to an hour until the rolls have gotten nice and puffy. You're going to put this in a preheated 375 degree oven for about 18 to 22 minutes. It's always wise to take the internal temperature, and you're looking for anywhere from 190 to 200 degrees. You're going to let them cool completely before you add frosting. And here I am taking the temperature, making sure that it is good to go. My frosting was 2 ounces of cream cheese, a teaspoon of vanilla, 1/4 cup of soft butter, just a pinch of salt, 1.5 to 2 cups of powdered sugar, and then 1 to 2 tablespoons of milk. Now, because there is cream cheese in this frosting, you are going to need to refrigerate this. But that worked out perfectly. We ate this for breakfast, and then I put it in the freezer, and we had it again the following weekend. Now, we like a lot of frosting. I actually had some left over here, and I just kept it in a separate container for those who felt that they needed even more frosting. The cream cheese gives it a little bit of a tang, but it doesn't taste too much like cream cheese, and it helps to make it less sweet. So you can see the cinnamon goodness inside the cinnamon rolls. Absolutely delicious. This makes your weekend or your holidays even more special. Everybody will love you for this. Super yummy. If you haven't already done so, please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate that. That would help me out. These are fantastic. I hope you will give them a try. Thank you for joining me at White Shadow Fare.